Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube channel, the home of the 5-minute or less video. I don't like to give you a lot of fluff. I like to get to the bottom line. These YouTubes are made for you to make an informative and educational decision on what you need to do. The only advertising that I tell you is simply this. I'm a former IRS agent. I represented thousands of people, and if you need a consultation, you can call me. So anyway, I have been in private practice for 40 years. I worked for IRS for 10 years. I taught and worked the offer and compromise program. I've been doing this such a long time. I can answer any question you have really about the Internal Revenue Service. I want to talk to you today about the National Standards Program. When I started at IRS did not have the National Standards Program. The National Standard Program is quintessential for you to know exactly what it is if you owe IRS debt. Let me explain to you what this is. How does IRS make a determination on every single case that they have? Well, they want a financial statement. They will want, at the local office, the RO will want a 433A. The service center will want a 433F. If you're going to do an offer, they want the 433 OIC. So different departments, depending what your need is, will ask for a different financial statement. What is really, really important is for you to understand the two things that IRS is looking for when they're working your case. They want to know about your assets, what you have liquidity is, and they want to know what your income is versus your actual living expenses. So what has IRS done to level the playing field to make sure everybody is treated fairly? Years ago, IRS started what's called the National Standard Expense, whereas they determined what people should spend in 5 areas. The first area is food and clothing. The second area is housing and utilities. The third area is medical. The fourth area is car payment, and then operation of car. IRS can and will dictate to you how much you can spend in those areas. What IRS cleverly does on their financial statement, they want to know what you're spending, but there is a secret sauce. Because if you look at the form 433A, which I use all the time, it'll let you know on page 4, you put down your actual expenses. IRS is going to get their pencil and say, we are not going to use these because these are the standards we're using. IRS doesn't let you know those standards. You got to hunt for them, or you got to ask a tax professional what they're going to be. So if you want to look them up yourself, you can go to the IRS National Standards for, in your toolbar, IRS National Standards for food and clothing, for housing and utilities. When you go to housing and stuff, you got to go to the state and then your county, and then it'll tell you how many people are in your family. They're going to do that for your car payment or car payments, and they're going to do that for the operation of your car. So understand that you may have $6,000 or $7,000 worth of expenses you're going to use, but IRS is only going to give you $5,000 a month, and you now have $2,000 a month left over that you're going to have to give IRS. That's why if you have nothing to lose, you call IRS. If you are falling out of that national standard, you better call the company, ours or whoever, to make sure IRS doesn't get badly into your pocket, because they will. They can deny your living expenses over and above what their charts allow. These charts were set up by the Department of Labor. They're used for bankruptcy court. IRS certainly uses them. So remember, if you're going on offer and compromise, you're going to be put in hardship, and certain payment agreements, you better know the IRS National Standard. Once again, if you want to find them in your toolbar, IRS National Standards for, and then you go forward. So if you know those, you'll control the case and control IRS. Without knowing the national standards, you're screwed. Use the 433A form, page 4, to see how you fit in this. Anyway, my name's Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent. Welcome to represent you or to give you a consultation. By the way, if this was helpful information, would you please give me a subscription, if you would, to my site? YouTube likes those. That's why I have to ask for them. I would appreciate it. You're welcome to give me a like or leave a comment. That's where my YouTubes come from you. Thank you.